5 seconds. Speaking on the Institute of Technology bill, Honorable Member said, "Sir, this is a very important bill. The object of this bill is to provide better facilities for advanced work and research in science and technology. The government, through this bill, proposes to establish four higher institutes of technology in four regions to give training of highest possible grade to meet the present and future technological needs. I therefore welcome this bill wholeheartedly. Ever since we attained independence, we have made every possible effort for the development of our country in all respects. In spite of our best efforts, we could not achieve the desired results, while some other countries which have attained independence much later than us have made a mark of themselves in the Committee of Nations. We are still lagging behind. We must appreciate the government for coming forward with this very important bill. Various countries have achieved considerable technological and scientific progress, and we are still lagging behind. When we see the figures, it will be amazing to find that we have to go a large extent to make up a leeway in order to catch the developed nations, not only for that, but also to derive the fullest benefit of technological and scientific advancement for the building up of the economy and for the development of our industries. It is very necessary that we should train as many technical people as possible for the full exploitation of the immense natural resources of our country. It is very essential that we should turn out as many technical people as possible. The bill invests each of the four institutes with autonomous status and lays down a beautiful framework. But who is there to coordinate the work of these four institutions and to ensure that they do not work at cross purposes with each other? The council, which is proposed to be created by the government for this purpose, will no doubt become totally ineffective. The function of the proposed council is to advise the institutions on matters relating to the duration of the courses. It does not refer to the course of contents, as my friend has pointed out. The council has no concern whatsoever as to what is going to be taught by these institutions. It appears as if each institute is empowered to teach whatever it feels and in any manner it takes. The council is also proposed to be entrusted with some administrative activities, completely ignoring the academic activities. It is not enough to invest these institutes with autonomous character and to provide them with a board of governors. These are all administrative matters. The basic thing is to coordinate the educational activities, and that is completely lacking. If one institute prescribes a syllabus which is materially different from the syllabus prescribed by the other institute for the purpose of same degree, there is no one to coordinate the same. This is a big lacuna in the bill which needs to be corrected. I would now touch upon the question of admission to these four institutes of higher technology. These four institutes are entirely financed by the government. Therefore, I would like to suggest that the admissions to these institutes should be based on the ranking obtained in a common entrance test. Otherwise, it may lead to so many malpractices, and the money that will be spent on these institutions will be a loss to the nation. The Constitution guarantees some sort of protection to certain communities. Those communities have to be necessarily given some preferential treatment in the matter of admission to these institutions. If these communities are denied admission in these institutions on some pretext or the other, the protection that is guaranteed in the constitution will be of no avail. I would earnestly urge upon the government to see that these institutes admit the candidates belonging to those communities also, and if necessary, provide some extra classes so that they can also compete with others. The purpose of these institutes is to produce technical personnel, and these personnel are required for the industries both in public and private sectors. The government proposes to spend a considerable amount of public money on each and every student in these institutions with a view that when they come out of the portals of these institutions, they can contribute their might for the industrial development in this connection. I would like to point out that there has been lack of cooperation between the technical institutions and the industries.